Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Adam Sanchez here with Raw Life Yoga's BitChute channel.
BitChute. I got to admit, of late, it's the only way I can consistently find the really stupid rubbish online. Not because YouTube doesn't allow people to upload 90% of the time, it's just unless you are some well-known, clearly debunking whatever thing, you will get buried when you search it. Like you can literally know the name of a video and YouTube will hide it. Pretty annoying, but it seems like it might stop people from falling down their rabbit holes. So there's that, and it's whatevs. But as long as websites like BitChute exist, which they always will, DibDabs will have a place and a receptive audience for their garbage. Can't complain, keeps me in business. I mean, do you think that pest exterminators hate vermin? No way! And I love me some stupid. It's going to help put my kids through university, if they want to go. Which is really ironic when you think about it.
And I've been wanting to make a video on one of my favorite go-to healing methodologies, modalities, or...
Healing modalities. That sounds convincing. And I can't read what's on those bottles on my screen, but I'll be damned if I'm going to move forward the couple of inches it would take to possibly see them. But I reckon I know what this is going to be. And it's the opposite of what you might call, in technical terms, a working medicine for big Brian smarters.
Resources that are available to us because it's really simple and easy, and it's also really economical.
Cheap, simple and easy. The hallmarks of all the great functional medications. If you need one of them doctorates and medical licenses to make it, it's not real medicine anyway. I mean, if it takes years to learn to do something, that just means that the people who do it are the big dumb, right? Really, I mean, I can't get those things and I'm a super smarter, so it must all be fake or something. Yeah, that's it.
And so some of you might have been following my social media or just hearing a buzz around about MMS, or Miracle Mineral Solution, Miracle Mineral Supplement.
I flirpin' knew it. Bloody MMS again. The stupid woo that will not die. Even with the death of the Genesis 2 Electric Boogaloo Totally Not a Cult Guys group. Learn more about that at my buddy Miles Powers channel. Due to someone finally saying, hey, maybe we shouldn't let these people sell bleach as a panacea. This stuff is still doing the rounds because it's full on out in the wild, and once woo peddlers get a hold of something stupid that doesn't work, they will never ever let it go for reasons that I don't think I am capable of comprehending.
Really, that's just a kind of, catchy name for branding for what's a chemical compound called chlorine dioxide.
I wouldn't say it was catchy. I mean, anything with miracle in the name should always set off the big old honking alarm bells for you. Miracles don't real, so anything with it in the title probably doesn't either. Well, doesn't work at least. Certainly not in the ways that they say it does.
And so this chlorine dioxide actually comes from a mineral salt or crystal that's called sodium chlorite.
Sounds healthy. Seriously though, I thought you woo types hated them there chemicals. Or is it only having chemicals in your food that is bad, when you should become breatharian? Although, I hear that they started putting chemicals in the air as well. This O2 stuff I've been hearing about? Apparently, it can make you lightheaded, makes metal rusty, and can make fire spread really easily. When will they stop?
And, if you're familiar with some basic chemistry stuff at all, you might notice the chlorine sound of the chlorine, atom that's in there. And a lot of people make the assumption that it's related to Clorox bleach.
First off, chemistry doesn't work by going, oh, brand name X sounds like chemical Y. That's like chemistry for morons. But are you referring to the fact that people say it's a bleach? 'Cause that ain't why they say it. The reason people think that it's a bleach is because, get this, it's a pigging bleach. And bleaches things like a bleach does. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you have already heard this, but are trying to bamboozle people into thinking that it's not bleach because it isn't the exact same substance as Clorox. A bleach, not the bleach, since there is no such thing.
Right, because it's a similar element, it's the same element of chlorine, but it shows up in a different molecular structure or way, so that it behaves in a different way. So,
apart from the fact that it is a bleach that bleaches things, and you can easily test that by putting it on a bit of dyed fabric and watch as it strips the colour out of it. You know, like that stuff that I can't think of the name of off the top of my head. Sorry, give me a minute, it'll come to me, I'm sure.
to be clear, chlorine dioxide is completely different from sodium chloride, which is table salt, right? It has sodium ions and chloride ions, and that makes table salt. And then we have sodium hypochlorite, which is Clorox bleach.
Right, yeah, that is definitely where he's going with that. But I have said it before and I'll say it again. There isn't just one type of bleach. Toilet bleach is not the only kind of bleach, not even close. Anything that breaks the bonds between something and makes it turn white or whatever is by definition a bleach and will do horrible things to your insides regardless of what some charlatan on the internet tells you about its magical powers.
Okay, but chlorine dioxide comes from a crystal called sodium chlorite, not sodium hypochlorite. So there is a chemical difference. There's a main difference there.
Yeah, there is a chemical distinction, but at least in regards to calling it a bleach, it's a distinction without a difference. It is a bleach, no matter how much you want it not to be. And we all know why you want it not to be, because every 5-year-old on the planet will tell you not to drink fucking bleach, you colossal asshat, in those exact words, because there's literally no other way that you can say that.
And it's a really different chemical, so people will call it bleach.
Oh, I think he's talking about me. Hi! Oops, sorry fella, let me just... There, good as new.
And if they do, they're really just showing their own ignorance and lack of proper information or disinformation on the subject.
Wow. Literally the opposite of reality, you fuck-juggling thunder bungler. I may be an ignorant idiot, but I know how to check what things actually are. You, on the other hand, are either a lying dipshit or just desperate to ignore every factual source that states something you don't want to hear, because for reasons still beyond me, you need this fake nonsense to be true. I really don't get it, because I prefer my medicines to, you know, work.
Because there are a lot of forces that are seeking to suppress this information because it...
Oh, of course it's a conspiracy. It couldn't be that you are just incredibly wrong and have literally no idea what you're talking about. I mean, the fact that you don't understand that it is a bleach and why demonstrates that you are in no way equipped to discern whether the thing does anything helpful anyway. But Christ, it's always a conspiracy theory, isn't it? I was once asked what it would take for me to believe a particular conspiracy theory, and I said, hard evidence. They did not return. No idea why, but they probably just had so much proof that it fell on top of them and they died of starvation.
You know, deals with the bottom line. You know, there are a lot of corrupt institutions around health and wellness these days that are making people believe that they need to, you know, buy a lot of pills that they don't really need.
Yeah, there is some messed up nonsense when it comes to pharmaceutical companies. When I found out that the USA has adverts for prescription drugs saying, "Ask your doctor to prescribe you Flurbinerts," my brain damn near fell out. Like, why in the ever-loving disco would a layman ever be required to ask for a particular drug? That is not how medicine is supposed to work. Anyway, yeah, that exists and is weird and scary, but I'll bet you the lion's share of doctors, nurses, chemists, etc., basically the vast majority of medical professionals are decent people trying to do their best to help people get better. And most of them will tell you not to drink MMS and that it is a bleach. Essentially, you are sitting there and saying, yeah, screw those guys, they must be stupid or evil, because I think drinking bleach is a good idea, and I will encourage others to do it as well. Oh hey, stupid and evil, well done.
When the body is naturally designed to heal itself.
Wait, what? I'm gonna need that whole bit again.
People believe that they need to, you know, buy a lot of pills that they don't really need when the body is naturally designed to heal itself.
That doesn't make any sense. You are here promoting a thing that is supposed to heal the body, but other people doing that with that pesky science stuff backing them up to boot, is bad, but yours is good, because why exactly? Why do you people always have to contradict yourselves? It's infuriating, because it's my job to contradict you.
So we're going to go over how this MMS, or chlorine dioxide, works.
Pro tip, it doesn't. In fact, it's far more likely to make you sick than anything else. No, sick, not me sick. Anyway, because, and I don't think that I have actually mentioned this yet, but shockingly, it turns out that it's actually a bleach, and that you shouldn't drink bleach, because bleach is bad for you. I know, I was shocked too.
And I'm going to give some basic science and some basic tips on how to use it.
You're going to give some basic science? I wouldn't trust you to boil a pan of water for pasta without somehow causing the Earth to shift off its axis, fundamentally changing the Earth's climate and destroying agriculture and commerce forever. That might seem a bit extreme, but he doesn't think that bleach is a bleach and you should drink it. So at the very least, you are going to end up with some funky tasting pasta.
Instructions, how to make the dosage, etc. And, to your health. To be clear, don't make any money off of this. I am not affiliated with this church in any way.
They aren't affiliated with anyone anymore. Lol. But dude, that's so much worse. At least, if you were a scam artist, you would have some reason to be pulling this crap. But you haven't even got that. You are what some might call a useful idiot, spreading bad ideas because you have been convinced that not only are they correct, but everyone else on the planet, and especially professionals, are wrong. Which would be fine if you had a single idea what you were talking about. Also, you don't know how to set up a camera properly, which is probably for very obvious bleach-related reasons. Look at that mess. Get a tripod, for crying out loud. Sorry, I tried, but I just couldn't make it through the whole video without complaining about presentation.
I do this as a public service announcement because I know how important health is.
You say that, but it's, well, a little bit ironic considering the content of your little public service announcement. Unless the actual public service announcement is just a warning to all of your friends that you are kind of a moron. When good job, I guess. Message received loud and clear.
Specialize in health and wellness, and I see the great need in our society, especially in a country where cures are actively being suppressed.
Which ones, how, and more importantly, where's your research into how they work and why they are effective? Don't worry, I know you don't have any, which is why I know this doesn't work. The thing about all woo is, it will have been tested eventually. Of course it will. You think they wouldn't just sell you this way cheaper thing for a hiked up price anyway? They don't do that because it doesn't work. It's really as simple as that.
So we do have the ability to cure a lot of different diseases here with this sodium chloride ion and chlorine dioxide molecule.
Oh hey, step one for knowing that something is complete horseshit if it cures loads and loads of crap somehow. Do you think they ever wonder why most different conditions have a specific medicine? And if a drug does more than one thing, it's usually like 2, maybe 3 at best, and never ever every single thing ever. It's almost like human biology is actually really complicated and would be utterly impossible for something to cure every single different type of condition, or even multiple ones, especially if the dose is always the same regardless.
And I'll get into a little bit more of the science at the end, but for now I'm just going to go over the dosage and administration and how to mix the jars, because sometimes people have questions about that.
Well, we will happily skip that, as it's like telling me how to mix a cocktail. Like, yeah, that's gonna make a cocktail of those specifications, but it's not like it's gonna do me any good medically. Actually, no, thinking about it, whiskey sours does help get rid of the headaches caused by the stupids. But the point stands. However you make the thing that doesn't work is irrelevant to the fact that it simply doesn't work.
So again, those are the basics with chlorine dioxide, or MMS, which is just a branding name. And one last thing that I didn't mention yet that I did want to mention about this church. So if you take a look there, The Genesis 2 Church is the name of this church, and it's one of the reasons why I am a big proponent of this particular brand, because...
Seriously, how do you even square that? It's a church. You are buying medicine from a church. Not a doctor, not a chemist, not even from the medicine aisle of a supermarket, but a church. Those things are well known for their scientific literacy, especially in recent times, yeah? Just wow, your brain must frigging hate you from all the hoops you make it jump through.
Again, it is a naturally occurring mineral salt that, when combined with citric acid, creates this chemical, chlorine dioxide. So it's not patentable. You can make it yourself even if you get the chlorite crystals.
So why buy it from anybody? At this point, you're just throwing your money down the drain. Also, people making their own crystal-based medicine, that always turns out so very well.
But this particular source, I really love them. First of all, it's $20 for these two, plus like $10 shipping. And then when you get the additional DMSO, it's $30 plus $10 shipping. So it's like, and it'll last for at least 3 months if you're taking it every day. It can last a lot longer if you're not taking it regularly.
One can only hope that they aren't taking it every day. Jesus.
Like if you have something more serious like cancer, this also really helps with that. Diabetes, a whole host of things. I will put the whole list of this article that I wrote in links and resources and government proof and corporate proof about this chemical and its effectiveness.
So, for starters, screw you, you poison-chugging git. No, this does not in any way, shape or form treat cancer or diabetes, and I hope to Christ you haven't convinced anyone to do so. Also, I had a look through all your links, and they would be funny if they weren't so sad. I mean, most of them were just broken, but the government/corporate proof of MMS working is quite frankly hilarious. These are sites talking about using the chemical to either make potable water for use if you find yourself in the middle of nowhere and you have no other drinking water, or as a cleaning agent. Because I don't know if you know this, but bleach, the thing that it is excellent for cleaning things. It even kills most of the stuff that you would claim that it kills. As a surface cleanser, as in outside of the body, as in not a medicine. Because those two things are not comparable. Fire kills the same things, but as I have so eloquently put it before, you don't see anyone giving a blowjob to a blowtorch now, do you?
So, yeah, really, really great, powerful substance. This church knows that. They just brilliant, got around the whole manipulations of our system by getting a church established.
No, what they did was they got round the protections of our systems by being a bunch of lying, duplicitous monsters. This is like thinking that the mafia is a good thing because they get around all those pesky laws when they make money by robbing people. It's basically the same thing, except I bet the mafia has hurt way less people than woo peddlers at this point. Wait, before you go, I have something super important to tell you. It's life or death. It will change everything forever. Nope, wait, it's gone. Oh well, probably wasn't important. But while I have you, don't forget to comment, subscribe and notify. And if you want more of my smexy voice, check out Mrs. Six's channel Spoonstar Stories, where I narrate and voice all the videos, and she does the work. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch store for cool t-shirts, or check out Patreon, memberships and PayPal to support directly. Finally, follow me on the medias of social to get completely pointless guff and to keep up on the latest releases. Oh, I just remembered what I was going to tell you. Whatever you do, don't touch the